Hey guys, today I'm jumping back into No Man's Sky. I've been away for a long time in this universe, but recently I was actually asked to recreate this base build from the Pathfinders update trailer that was released several years ago. I had some time away from home and armed with my laptop, I actually had a crack at it. Now, this build that I've done is about 95% accurate to what we can see in the trailer. There's a couple of spots that end up being a bit of guesswork, but I'm fairly confident in what I've produced here. Pretty impressive base with a lot of intricacies and features. Honestly, I love this, so
Explorers'
thanks to Gold
constructions
with the
are now
request on a
shared online
random YouTube
and can
comment.
be
I hope
visited
you
by
enjoy
other
this and I hope this
travelers.
helps you out.
Communication terminals allow isolated wayfarers to post subspace messages for others to discover. Traders at space stations and bases offer access to dozens of new construction modules and technology blueprints to travelers of high standing. Multi-tools and starships now feature a specialization system allowing players to tailor their equipment to suit roles like explorer, fighter, and trader. Travelers can seek out A, B, C, and the ultra-rare S-Class to maximize efficiency. New base building parts allow greater customization when constructing your homestead. Travelers can research and build 3 unique exocraft vehicles, each with its own strengths, including the Nomad Scouting Vessel and the Colossus Harvester.
Alright guys, so this is my build location here. It's a nice bit of naturally flat ground up high on a cliff. Actually got a small pave over here somewhere. There it is. That's going to be my starting point for the build. That's just because I've already mapped it out to where the edge of it is going to be up against the cliff face. So that's why we've got this here. I'm going to do this in first person mode, so it should be a bit easier to follow. I don't usually play in first person mode here, but we're going to do it for this video, and we're going to start things off with the small paver. The decoration tab, pick up the small paver. So we've got one down here. We're going to be extending it this way to make it a row of 10. So we're going to go for another 9 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 10. You're going to put 1 on the end here, and then extend these two outward 5 times. 1, 2, 3. No, I can't count, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now we're going to extend these 4 out this way 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now what we need to do as well is extend these two out by 2 again. Then we also have pavers to be placed here and here. Now we need to move on to the raised small paving and place 4 in a square here, in a square here, and then line this edge all the way to the end. And we also need to make this a square edge here, just offset from the edge of the small pavers by 1 like this. That's the initial outlay of the opening, where it's got like the patio and a couple of chairs and stuff here. The next one you move on to the cuboid rooms. And go into the free look mode here to place this. I like to use the cable down the bottom to help line this up to get it rather centralized. So if you see, that should be dead square there. Now what we need to do here is we need to make this into a grid of 3 by 3. So you're going to extend this 1 either side and then make it 3 cuboid rooms deep, just like that. Then we need to place another row of cuboid rooms on top. Ooh, I don't know what that. Yeah. Just like that. And then we need to select the curved cuboid roof. Make a nice little curve on either side like this. Okay, that snap feature is really not liking me today. So get rid of these extras. Okay, and now we need to place a door. This just uses a standard door. Now for our windows, it's the large window. We place one here and here, and then here, and we'll just go inside real quick. Place it all along the back wall like this, and then one there. Now to keep on moving on, we need to select the curved corridor and curve it to the right like that. Then use the glass roofed corridor, small straight piece, like this, into a cylindrical room. Now inside the room we have a one and only lonely window, placed here, like that. Now for whatever reason, in the trailer, they've actually got a door here. And outside the door they've got a access ramp, like that. Now that just goes straight into these raised pavers. You can delete these ones and put down two small pavers here and here, and that gives us an actual access point. And later on, this is going to be our base teleporter anyway, so that's quite nice. Moving on, we've got a curved corridor going to the left into a square room. And then we use a glass roof corridor 90 degrees to the left like this into two more cuboid rooms. And then two on top. Now we need to go back outside. Come out here and we need to place a biodome on top of this cylindrical room. Oh my god, the storm is here already. Okay. She just started recording just as the storm ended. If it gets a bit hairy, I'll just fast forward the video until it's over, but jump up on top of the biodome like this and select the cuboid room again. We go into the free look mode for building. And what we need to do is we need to put this extended, the top section by one here, and then two to the sides like this, and this. Okay, the storm is over. We've got our row of 5 cuboid rooms here. What we need to do is extend it again, ignoring the room on the far left. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to extend it again, but this time only the middle 2. Then we need to place another row on top of the central row of rooms. 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. Then select the glass cuboid room. Then place one just behind on the left side, coming back towards us like this. Then use the glass cuboid roofs and do what we did in the first structure. Place 3 curved roofs like this. Okay, so that's it for that main structure, and what's about to be shown to you here is a bit of guesswork because it's not actually really shown whatsoever apart from outside images for just a couple of seconds, but I'm going to be making a little viewing sphere and a room at the back here. So select your glass roofed corridor and extend it this way twice into a T-shaped corridor with a stem going outward like this, and 2 more glass shaped corridors going this way into a cuboid room with 2 cuboid room frames on the bottom and 2 on the top, like that. Then we want to use a L-shaped corridor like this, rotated just like that, and back towards the patio at the start, into a viewing sphere like this. From here we want to get with the L-shaped corridor like this again, into 2 glass roofed corridors like this, into 2 more cuboid rooms here. Next we want to use the cuboid room frames again and chuck them underneath those. Oh, come on, what happened there? Chuck them underneath, just like that. Then we want to select the square rooms and use the furthest cuboid room there to centralize it. We want to place one on top of the other like so. Then we want to use a T-shaped corridor on the back of the bottom square room. Rotate it this way so we have an exit going either way. Then use the curved corridors to wrap back around the square room like so. Then we need the glass roofed corridors. We want to place 3 going this way on that side and 2 going this way on this side. Then we want to use the L-shaped corridors here and here facing into each other. And then a T-shaped corridor here facing out like this. Then use the curved corridors to connect that, just like that. So next up we need to come down underneath and we need to place a couple more cuboid rooms on the bottom. You place them on the bottom of these rooms here, here, and here. So we need to get out our cuboid rooms. Place one there, there, and there. Now using the curved cuboid wall, we're going to come up onto this curved corridor we placed earlier. It's the only real place you can get it to rotate correctly for some reason. Just like that. You fill in these sides here. Let's go into the free look mode here real quick. Give it to me. There we go. Okay. That's that main structure fully completed like that. Now we're going to be looking to make the walkway outside to actually build our landing pad over here. So what we need to do is we need to come down on the ground here. Now, the way they did it in the trailer is with pavers. And there's actually an issue with that, being that pavers can only be placed on the ground terrain. See up there it says must place on terrain. So we can place it down here just fine. But that's not where we want it. So to get around this we need to use our multi-tool. Switch over to our terrain manipulator. Go to create. We can use R and T to change the size of the sphere of the creation that we're doing. And what we need to do is we need to deal about that. We need to build up the terrain underneath where we're actually going to be placing these pavers. So to start. Right, so that's enough. Now to get it roughly where you want it, it's a neat little trick that we can actually use the cuboid room frames. Place one here and we can place one inside of the terrain there. Now we're going to need to be up here leveling this off, so good idea to place a couple more frames, something that you can stand on close by. Here like that. Now we need to whip out our multi-tool again, and this time we're going to use the flatten tool. Now we don't actually want to go dead flat with the cuboid room frame. We just want to go about, you know, if that's level with the frame, we're going to go maybe 6 inches, 15 centimeters above. Something like that. That looks pretty good there. Then we want to take out our paver. Yeah, it's relatively level with that. Now, next step would be to get out the hollow door, because that's what the trailer shows us. Hollow door here. We can get our paver. I'm going to go into the free look mode for this because it's a little bit tricky, but we want to roughly line this all up. The main point that you want to get lined up, if you're going to be very particular about it like I am, is the central line for the doorway. Make sure that's lined up and then we can adjust it as required later. Now we need to move out of the way. Let's throw down 2 pavers that way, 1 to the left, and then 1 more out that way. That's our walkway. I shouldn't have actually done that. That's mostly because if you wanted to tweak like the distance of the paving here, you would want that terrain to still be there, so you can delete this and make it like further or closer away, and you'll see why in a second. Right, so I was actually going to wait for this storm to finish off, but I actually forgot. Didn't place any windows inside, so let's grab our large windows. I'm going to place ones here and here, on this side here, here, and up the top here. That's all we can really gather from the trailer video. Up here is actually slightly different to what's in the trailer, because there should be a window piece of glass like here, but that's just more of a functionality kind of thing, because that's just to keep this space down here actually useful. Otherwise it'd be just blanked off pretty much, and there'd be no way to access up top there. So what we need to do now, we need to come out here and we need to delete the hollow door for now. You know, get our glass roofed corridor. Actually just gonna go down here and go into the free look mode. Place one here, then we need to get a curved corridor and place it there, coming out towards us here, and a cuboid room as the end point there. Then we can delete the curved pieces we had, and we can get our landing pad, technology, and snap it there. Now the reason we placed a cuboid room instead of a glass corridor is because we want to place a cuboid room frame underneath of it. And then we can go ahead and delete our cuboid room. Then we want to get the glass roof corridor like that. And then we need to get the curved corridor, place it curving this way into another cuboid room, and another one not there, but here. Then we can throw 2 more frames underneath these cuboid rooms. And get rid of the curved cuboid room there again. Now we need to place 4 total hollow doors. 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 at the back here. Unfortunately, for this outside walkway, what I saw in the trailer showed like a railing up here, and there's a piece back on the patio there that I just can't find out what it is, unfortunately, so I'm just going to leave it as it is here. I don't mind it, but I'm a little disappointed that I couldn't figure out the correct piece to place here. And what I was saying before about getting the pavings dead square is this right here. So obviously you can see that isn't center. If we still had the terrain here, we could delete this, line it up with the center here and just push it over slightly, and then delete the rest and snap off of that one paver, and then line all that up properly. Unfortunately I didn't do that, so yeah. Next step, access ramp. Don't know why, but that's what it is. Then we also want to get another cuboid room frame. This is just so we can line some things up. So we're going to go back to our trusty pavers, into free look mode. I'm just going to line up a paver with the edge of the frame here. Get lined up. Be good. There. Quite happy with that. So now we delete the frame, and we're going to make a paver section, another patio section out the back. And this actually extends 1 to the side here, and then out 6. Should be 6 total across there. Then we come up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make a big 6x6 grid. Ignoring the one on the end. And in true happens every time style, I'm standing in the place where we need to place the last piece. Oh, I knew that wasn't right. That's actually not meant to be there either. But that's our patio out the back here. So this is the edge of the build, and that's why I've... Oh, come on, another storm already. But this is why I started the build where I did, just here. Just so it'll be up rather snugly with the edge of the cliff face here. Okay, so what's next is to get a curved cuboid roof. Need to rotate it to the point where we need to rotate it to the point where the edge of the paver there, the corner of the paver will just touch the edge of the roof. And hopefully, if we line it up correctly... Okay, so the storm is over again. Really picked a lovely planet to do this build. But what we wanted was pretty much this. So that like darker strip of the curved cuboid roof to line up with the tip of our paver, just like that. At an angle that allows the next cuboid room to just touch the tip of the paver here, like so. Then we're going to get cuboid roofs, curved cuboid roofs again. I'm going to go like this. 4 out. And then we're going to place a glass cuboid room at the end here, like so. Coming to the end of our base, our outlying structure of the base. What we need to do now is we need to build a couple of biodomes here, and then we're pretty much done. Okay, so to get to our biodomes, we need to get a curved corridor, curve it back in on itself. We need to get biodome into a glass roof corridor, into another biodome, to another glass roof corridor, finishing off with a hollow door on the end of it. There we go. So the angle that you place this on determines how close your biodomes get to the rest of your structure here. And if you do or don't like how close it is, then you can pretty simply just delete it all, and I would delete everything but one of these, and then remember, if you wanted it, you know, further away, you would basically, let's just do an example here. Let's get rid of everything here real quick. So it would snap here like this, right? That'll be what you want. So we can go free placement. And basically go, okay, I want it a little bit further away, so I'm going to angle it more like that. What that would then do is push this whole room out there, and then make the curve of the corridor out here, and you'd end up with your biodome like wall, the edge being probably closer to here. I quite like how snug it is with that, you know, angle here from the tip of the paver to the tip of the paver. So I am going to definitely leave it like that. And we're nearly done. Nearly done. I almost forgot. But actually have place a hollow door here too. But we actually have some more stuff over here. So first things first, we're going to place a cuboid room to snap on the end of the landing pad here. That's only for a single cuboid room frame underneath. Then we're going to snap a glass roof corridor like so. into a cylindrical room. And then on the bottom of the cylindrical room, we're going to use the... Oh god, where is it? the foundation looking thing. Oh, there it is. For some reason I was expecting it to be grey. But we're going to place that on the bottom, and then the cylindrical room frame on top. And lastly, this sort of comes under like a decoration, I would more say, than like the structure of the building, but there's also 3 cuboid room frames stacked here, like so. That's it for our base layout. Very nice, in my opinion. I really like how intricate this is, how connected it is. Let's jump into photo mode here. Like, have a look at that. It's really, really nice. It's got a lot going on. A lot of good stuff. I don't know what they were thinking about this, but this is how it was in the trailer here. This access ramp pretty much just dropped straight down to this patio section here. Obviously we're missing a power supply as well. But yes, very nice base. Thank you, Gold, for suggesting it to me. I do quite like this. Alright guys, now that the base layout is done and the storm has cleared, let's get stuck into some of the furnishing. So we're going to start off with outside. We're going to start things off with a bit of lighting. So we want to go and grab our rounded standing light. I'm going to place 2 of these, one being... ah, crap. One being here on this set of 4 raised pavers we placed at the beginning, and the other being on this one over here. It's going to aim them like to the middle. Just like that. Okay, so next up, got our yellow light that sits above the door, rotated 90 degrees horizontally. Stick it in the middle just like that. And then staying over this side, we've got a tech panel. Where is it? Tech panel, rotated vertically. It sits just like on this window here to the left of the door. Just like that. We have a monitor station. It sits here. Hey buddy, seems like you're having a bit of a tough time there. But this one sits angled out, kind of like this here. Just like that. Then we're going to move on to these crate fabricators. We've got to place 2 of these. So one of them sits pretty much flush against in the corner here. Yeah, that's quite nice. And the other one's pretty much right up against it. Like so. We have a wall unit on the ground, not on the wall. It sits right next to this crate fabricator here. Just line it up like that, sit it in the middle. That's that little bit done. Now we want a lantern. Let's place a lantern there. Very nice. Okay, next up we want to get the servers. We're going to place 4 of these in a row, starting from... yeah, so I like to line it up with this paver here, like this. Just line it up with the next one. Overlapping it is just fine, but we're going to place 4 of them relatively lined up. That's actually a little bit off center, but that'll do. A bit of a pain sometimes when you're trying to place it like on the edges of the pavers because it'll sink in a little. Okay, there's our 4 pavers done. Now we're going to go and grab some armchairs. 5 of these. 3 along this way, like so. Then 2 here and yeah. Now you can space these out however you want, really. There's no real need for them to be that close. Actually, I should have spaced them out a little bit more. That's pretty much it for our little center here. Oh, actually, I forgot to place a signal booster over here. So the signal booster has changed quite a bit since the pathfinders video. It's actually quite small in comparison to what it used to be, but it lights up now, which is kind of cool. There were a couple of little pillars here, but we don't actually have access to that as a building anymore. So what I kind of liked was maybe putting 2 of these little lampposts here, and well, I would put one here, but I can't quite line it up properly with the old mate. Casually mowing down me pavers, so we're moving on. I would put a second capped standing light there though. So moving on, we would want 2 cylinders. I was in the tab for cylinders. So they've got like a cylinder here and here. Okay, I'll do this real quick, but be a bit closer to each other. Kind of like that. And then they've got a flag up on top of this frame, just sitting in the middle, just chilling in the middle, just like that. That's pretty much it for outside. They got some decals and stuff, but decals sort of it's like a personal touch kind of customization. I'm going to show you a couple because they thematically suit the build areas, but that's it for outside. Luckily, the storm is over, so is here now. Now that we're done, so we're coming inside, and first thing we want to do is chuck down a couple of cuboid walls. We want a wall here and a wall here, followed by an inner door there. And what we're going to do is we're going to place some lights. The yellow lights in the wedges of where they join, there and there. Then we want to get a corner table. We're going to line it up. The edges here. It's just in the edge there, and that's like it there. Then what we want to do is we want to spin this bad boy around. We're creating like an extended U shape for our corner desk. Just like that. Well, I think we're a touch off. Yeah, we're a touch off there. You can be as pedantic about being as square as you want. Obviously, I'm being a little over the top there with that, but it's better nice and straight. Okay, so we're going to move on with a desk chair. I believe it's a desk chair sitting here. If you don't want a desk chair, you're more than welcome to change it out to whatever you want. But we next want 2 potted plants. Let's line them up relatively square. Go there and there. Nice little like reception area. So in the back room here, we also had a bunch of crate fabricators. or stacked on top of each other. So you can only, in the video you can only see like 3 stacks of them. Like, they kind of set out like this. There's like these 3 stacks here, and then there's like a stack to the right. Just make them a little messy. They don't need to be perfect, but yeah. It's kind of just like that. And then they also had some decals up here. So they had what looked like the white border decal along here, creating like a line across, and then they had like the curious fauna decal in the middle of this one, by the way, the blue design decal over here. Alright, so just double check, there's actually a 4th crate fabricator here. You don't need it, but yeah, that's what it had, so there was 4 there. Just like that. So, moving on, this next room is going to be super simple. We just have 2 things to place in here. One being base teleporter. So we're pretty much going to stand in the middle, look over to the back left here, and we're going to place it as far as we can, still being in line. Yep, like so. Next, we are going to place our first station down. Where are we? This is what was actually there in the in the trailer was this base salvage capsule. That doesn't really work for what we're doing, so this is going to be like a full change out for what they had. You can snap these terminals to the edges of these walls, so the only one they were missing in the trailer was the weapons terminal, so we're going to put a weapons terminal there. So we're going to base teleporter, put a weapons terminal, just like that. But next up, we're going to come into our Vikina room. This is the only one that I would really recommend, you know, actually coloring how they had it, because the red was super good. It doesn't look great right now because we don't have your power. Actually, I'm gonna go sort that out. I'll be right back. Alright. Okay, I'm back now. I just had a bunch of generators over there because I'm in creative mode. I just topped them up. We have power. Oh, lovely. So we have a Viking decal in the center of the directly opposite wall as soon as we enter here. Just like that. Then we have a Exocraft terminal snapped to the far right corner, like that one. And next we've got 2 barrel fabricators by the doors, one here and one here, like so. Then we're going to have 3 servers lined up how they were outside, starting in the center here and then one either side. So we're relatively lined up. I'm just going to start with the center one. Open it up. Looks pretty good. Oh, that's very good. Very good. Okay, so next up we are going to want to place down... Ah, there it is, the ceiling panel. So I'm going to place this in this little, like, this little 45-degree bit, so it comes down flush, pointing directly out towards the center of the room. There we go. It comes down and points pretty well square, in the middle of that, and square straight out like that. So next we are going to have 2 bookshelves. Wherever they are, I'm terrible at finding the actual arts for some reason now. Ah, sorry, drawers is what we were actually after. And they were just sort of slightly off center to the left here, like so, and then for whatever reason they were slightly off to each other as well, like that. Then you would have your Viking exocraft guy there at his terminal. Looking very good now. So next, we're going to have a large monitor station in a corner, like so, with a couple of wall screens. These are rotated upside down so that they face downward. Yeah, and yeah. Nice. Then we're going to have a adjustable armchair sitting in here, followed up by a yellow light directly underneath it. It's the wall screen right there. Alright, next up, you're going to want to place down some interior stairs so we can actually easily walk our way up into the next room. And whoops, put him in the wrong section. So this is where we start to get a little funky in terms of how it's laid out. Obviously that's my little generator farm pumping away there, but for here I kind of had to change some things so that it would actually be a bit functional in terms of its layout. So what we're going to do is we're going to place some cuboid flooring down, start things off. Then we're going to place down a cuboid in a wall here. Now I'm going to leave this open because there was a decal, another Viking decal on that center wall there, and that's been quite consistent throughout the base so far. So I do want to leave that like that. Not only with that decal there, but there was also one in the center of this one here. So decal there and there. And then as you would walk in and up these stairs, there was two of these capped lights. So one over in this corner here. There was one as you walked up, just right here. It's probably back a little bit there as well, but fairly close to this. So I'm going to get rid of that there. We're going to place it where it should be. It should be roughly. Easy way to find out where it should be is to place the cuboid door where it should go, not there. Here, and then go back to the light. It just sort of sits in the corner right there, just like that. Yeah, there was a hydroponics tray over here, so we're going to go to our advanced technology and put a hydroponics tray. So you're going to replace it because it sits in the middle, like so. Just like that. So next off, in the corner over here, we're going to go to our terminals, place down the construction terminal back in snap placement mode because that's where it sits there. I've actually messed up with the windows here because there's a window, another large window that sits here as well. But next we're going to go to our furnishings, get our corner table out again, once again. Place the corner table in the corner, who would have guessed? Corner table there. We're going to go and select the tech panel once again. Tech panel. We've got a tech panel sitting on the desk, like so. To finish off this little corner piece here, we're going to select the drawers. Place a set of drawers here next to the table. Get our adjustable armchairs out. Place 2 armchairs here. Then we also want the monitor station. Place a monitor station angled in like that. Now, to finish off this area as well, what I have decided to do was to actually place in a couple of ladders. So we're going to place a ladder in here. Going to close that off there and there, because you can't actually get a cuboid flooring piece in the corners there. And then we're also going to put in a ladder going down like so. Fortunately, that slips right between our reactors. That's just so you know this area is a bit functional. It's thematically accessible, like that. Get to our other areas up here. I'm not going to go down here and do any furnishings because it's not shown. That's pretty much it for this area. Moving on. Like I said earlier, we didn't get the railings. It's not a build piece anymore, so we're going to be leaving that one. So coming into this little 2 cuboid rooms here, we missed a couple of windows earlier, so I'm placing 2 large windows here and here, and where I am up on this massive cliff, that's very nice. Coming out the back here, we want a couple of barrel fabricators to start things off. Let's chuck them down here and here in this little gap that we made earlier. And then we want a health pack. Is it an advanced technology? It's a little health station right next to the doorway here. Just like that. Alright, then we want to chuck down 4 armchairs. Side here. Just like that. Unfortunately, that one's sunken down a little bit, but there's the issue with the pavers. When you get in that little groove, it sinks down a little bit. You can place them just about however you want, but that's pretty much how it was. Unfortunately, I was going to do another piece outside, but because that storm's coming, we'll move on to the inside for the next sections, and then once it's over, we'll come back outside and we'll go over a little pipe dream build. Actually, real quick before we get inside, before the storms here, we got a yellow light again. I like the yellow lights sitting on top of the hollow door, 90 degrees vertically, horizontally rather, like so. Let's get inside. Alright, so inside here, you can only see it for just a frame, but I've actually matched the handle of the agricultural terminal to that right there. And we want to grab a couple of hydroponics trays, snap them here and here, then grab a crate fabricator, chuck it in between it all, like so. Very neat and tidy, that one. And then we want to grab a couple of planters, standing planters. Ah, actually thought these would snap. Right. Alright, so we want to get 4 of these standing planters in. Yeah, so they're not going to snap to each other, and we want 4 of them, so it needs to be relatively neat compared to how tight it's all going to be. We go on the other side here. Oh, okay, so just about take up one tile here, so we get it in the center. Line the back up. Like so. That looks very nice. Nice and neat. Let's do that 3 more times. Ooh, okay. So I did it. I need it snug up against thing there. So we're going to delete that end one. I'm going to place one more just in between it all.
Weather update. Storm clearing.
Alright, very good there. Fortunately, this isn't connected to the other base. Let's just quickly throw a wire between us all. Alright, so at the end of here we have 2 barrel fabricators. Placed. Offset like this, here and here. Then we're going to have a couple of potted plants on the wall here. I'll sit them level with this indent for the wall. Just 2 neatly like so. We have a couple of floral containments. Got one. So we've got them pretty much here and yeah, like so. And then we also have 2 green lights this time. Angled just how they are. Yeah, and yeah, where all of these corners join up. That's that. Now, while the storm isn't here, let's get to doing some pipe work. So, start things off. Let's find the pipes. So I've been very terrible about actually being able to locate anything. So we're in decorations, pipes. So we're going to start things off. Trying to get it nice and vertical. About where we want it to. So let's throw it down here. Alright, then we want second pipe. We want cylinder, like so. We want another pipe going out twice in this direction, like so. And we want to extend it all going outwards. Create a nice little monstrosity, like so. And this will allow us to place all of this up like this. Then next, we got to create this too high as well. And next, what we want to do is we want to delete that pipe, and then this row on the other side. Now, to finish off this first pipe that we laid, we want to drop a piece coming back this way and then going down. Delete that bottom one like that, so we get a nice little S bend in it. To finish this one off, straight down like so. And now what we need to do is we need to come up here and place all of these pipes in free. So what you can do is you can go into snap mode, and then you can see like roughly where you need to be for it to be centralized. Then go into free placement mode. place down your pipes freely, roughly in the center for the rest of them. Now what this does is it stops them from creating like a network of pipes with each other. You can see, you know, like it stops the awkward bends like that. We just want these to go straight down. We don't want any funky connections. Just want straight up and down. Is a pain in the ass, and I really can't recommend building this. It's very annoying to get done. Alright, so moving on into our biodomes. Very simple. Got a whole bunch of gut rot flowers on the sides here. On the left hand side. Then we have a whole bunch of solar vines on this side. Then going into the next biodomes, it's all about that nip nip. Just nip nip everywhere. And that's pretty much it. We'll wait until the storm's clear, but we'll do a quick fly around our little base here. Ah, look at her. Isn't she beautiful? Alright. Crap. Got how photo mode works. I think a part of our stuff hasn't rendered in. We're a little bit too far away. But yeah, that's the base build, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoy the cuboid builds and like the pre-built structures in this game. They are amazing when put together properly like this. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you look forward to see some of the other content on my channel. I very rarely come back to No Man's Sky, so thanks again to Gold for this suggestion, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.